What do you see?
I see planet, a landscape. It's dark, it's foreboding. It looks like a scene from a scary movie.
Okay.
It's dark, there's rock cliffs, mists.
Look down at your feet. What do they look like?
They look like scaled with claws, black claws for toes.
Okay.
3 or 4 toes. 3, 4.
What color are the scales?
Scales are green and blue and yellowish gold.
Okay. And what about your legs?
Very strong, scaled, very muscled.
Okay. And your hands? What do they look like?
Like my feet. 3, 4 with scales. Black claws.
Okay. Do you feel like you can carry things with them?
Oh, yes. I'm dexter. There's dexterity.
Okay.
It's a very powerful being.
All right. How many hands do you have?
2.
Okay. And how many feet?
2.
Do you have a tail?
Yes.
Okay. How long is your tail?
9, 8, 9 feet.
Okay. Is there anything on your tail?
No, it's scaled.
Okay. No spikes or anything?
No, I don't see that.
Okay.
Maybe ridges. Ridged in the center.
Okay. And look around. Do you see any other beings around you?
Yes, it's a whole city of beings just like me.
Okay. These scaly, clawed people?
Yes.
Okay. And describe the city. What does that look like?
It's dark and there's giant structures and it's dark black and the sky's dark and there's mists of gray and the sun is, the sky is not light, it's like a darkish hue to it, but it's translucent.
Okay. What color is the sky?
Like a translucent purplish gray.
Okay. All right. And you said city. Are we talking like buildings, things that you've created, or
Yes,
describe those to me? What do they look like?
they look like Gothic castles and giant staircases and winding turrets and bridges and pathways and
And all of this was created by beings like you?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously these stairways and all are navigable by someone your size.
Oh, they're huge.
Okay.
Giant stone construction.
And do you have any idea how these stones were made and moved or put in place?
No.
Okay. All right. So as you look around this city, are there differences in the beings that are there, or are they all just like you?
No, they're all just like me.
Okay. All right. And what differentiates one from another? How do you tell each other apart?
Just like humans, the faces are different, the sizes are slightly different.
Different colors?
No, they're basically all the same colors,
Okay.
but slight variations.
Okay. All right. Are you wearing anything on your body?
No.
No sort of jewelry or anything?
Maybe something around my neck.
And what would...
Like a giant hollowed out frisbee made of metal or something.
And what does that signify?
I'm not sure. But it's ornamented. It's colors, rings, different colors.
Okay. Does it feel important to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's move to a point where you're eating something at a meal, and now you're there. Tell me about that.
Fuck, I'm eating the flesh. Like, I don't know if I hope it's, no, I don't know what it is, but in the sense that it's human.
That's okay. That's all right. So what does it look like? What part of the human is it you're eating?
Looks like an arm.
Okay. Do you cook it or anything? You just eat it as
Just eat it.
Okay.
Like fried chicken.
And where did this food come from?
Oh, I don't know. A farm?
Okay. Is that all you eat? Just an arm? Or is there more food sitting there?
That's all I ate then, but that's what they eat. They eat flesh.
Okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense, right? But is that the only kind of flesh you eat? Is this human-looking flesh?
I think it doesn't matter. They'll eat anything.
Okay. Do you ever eat each other?
I feel that's not out of bounds.
Okay. I guess it just depends how hungry you are.
Or if you kill somebody in battle, that's just what you do.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense too. All right. So at this table that you're at, are you at a table or do you just...
I was just standing there eating.
Okay. And is this your home that you're in?
This is my home planet city, yes.
Okay. So where you're eating this, describe the setting that you're in as you eat this thing.
Just a giant room with stone floor. The surrounding looks old-fashioned, but there's technological things.
Like what?
Like the table, and there's things on the wall. There's like, it's not a TV, but it's technological.
And what do you do with that thing?
Device. It's for communication or to operate things in the house.
Okay, so there's technology in the house that does things.
Well, I see that there's objects flying in the sky. There's technological objects, crafts.
What do they look like?
It's not a rectangle. It's not a triangle, but combine them together. It's kind of fatter at the back, tapers to the front, and there's like a hump in the middle that graduates to the back.
Okay, and how do these things move and stay aloft? Do you see any kind of propulsion?
Not like we have, no.
Okay.
Almost like Star Wars stuff.
Okay. All right. And what color are these ships?
Brown and black surrounding them, a little tan.
Okay. And do they have the ability to disappear?
I'm not seeing that.
Okay. All right. And what are they used for, these craft that are up in the sky?
They are used to get around and to go to bigger craft that are used to fly to other worlds.
Okay. Do you have one of these crafts?
I don't know if it's mine, but I fly on them, yes. I guess they all do.
Perfect. Let's go to a time where you're flying on one of these crafts, either as a pilot or as a passenger. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
I'm just flying. And it's just to go to a different spot on the planet for a meeting or something.
Okay. Describe the inside of the craft. What do you see?
It's just enough for you to sit down in.
How do you sit? You have a 9-foot tail.
Tail moves to the side.
Okay.
There's room at the ass end.
Okay. So is it like an actual chair with a back, or just like a stool, or?
It's a chair, but your tail goes to the side.
Okay.
Loops to the side, where you compress down and then it lays off to the side.
Okay. I follow. Okay, so once you're sitting down, tell me about the controls of this thing. What do they look like?
I don't know if it has like levers or anything like that. It's just like you hit a pad and it responds to your thoughts.
Okay. Are there any kind of screens or anything that tell you what it's doing, or?
It seems like there's lights and ornaments, but not much.
It's all right. So take me through the process of you making this thing take off and move and stuff. Just walk us through that. How do you do that?
See that this is a small one just for you.
Okay.
And you walk in it, and you sit down at the control, and you tap the pad, and then it responds to your thoughts.
That's okay. Yep. Keep going.
So you say move here, and it moves there. You say stop, and it stops. You say hover, and it hovers.
And how fast does this thing move when you're actually in transit from one location to another?
I think as fast as you want it to.
Okay. And when it's moving really, really fast, what is the sensation as the person inside this thing?
I'm feeling nothing.
Okay. So it could basically go from one place to another instantaneously and you wouldn't feel anything?
I don't think it moves instantaneous, but you don't feel the inertia.
All right. Anything else about this ship that you'd like to discuss? What powers it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not anything that we know.
So if you needed to use this thing, it would be ready for you to use, and then when you're done, you just give it back, or
That's yours to use, but they also have bigger ships, way bigger.
okay. Have you ever been on a way bigger ship?
I think yes.
let's do this. Let's go to a time where you're on this way bigger ship. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
All right, I'm in a large room with others.
Okay.
There's a large screen. We're moving, getting ready to move, leaving, going somewhere.
Why are you moving?
Mission, a job, a conquest.
Okay. And this meeting room you're in, and this screen, what's on the screen?
Just the open space in front.
Okay. All right. And what's this meeting about?
Getting ready for a mission.
Okay. Well, you can hear them clearly. What are they telling you about the mission?
It's a conquest.
Okay. Did they say where?
I don't know what the place is.
Okay. Is it on your planet or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Oh, okay. So this is an off-planet conquest. Okay. What else do you want to tell us about that ship?
It's used for no good.
Weapons?
Destruction, death.
Okay. And what is your part of that mission?
I am a soldier for destruction and death.
Okay. All right. So, after this meeting where they're telling you about what your mission is, what happens next?
We go on the mission.
Okay. Is it a long or short journey?
Not too long, no.
Okay. So there's no room that you stay in?
I believe there are quarters, yes.
Okay. Let's go to one of your quarters. Tell me what you got there. What do you see in your quarters?
It's a small space. Just basically enough to fit in.
What's inside it?
Bed.
Tell me about that. What does that bed look like?
It's in the wall, but it's huge. And it's got an oval opening. And there's shelves. In the back, there's like a desk area with screens or some, and storage or something on the other side.
Okay. What do you think is, what do you put on the shelves and what do you put in storage? What are you storing?
On the shelves, mementos, personal items.
Can you see them?
I can see like jewelry or crystals or
And where did these come from?
From the home world, things that were important.
Okay.
Maybe medals, something you were awarded, things that were important to you.
Okay. Does this feel like the first mission that you've been on?
No.
Okay. So some of this could be like awards from previous missions?
Perhaps.
Okay. All right. And in the storage, what's in the storage? What do you store?
Things that you wear.
Tell me about that. What do you wear?
That thing around,
The disc around your neck?
yes.
What else?
Things that, for different habitats, for protection.
Like a spacesuit.
Yes, like especially I've seen especially stuff for your feet for some reason.
Okay. So tell me what a spacesuit would look like that you would wear as this being.
It would have to be huge,
That's what I'm thinking.
and it had to fit your tail.
Is that there in your storage?
I just see boots or something in the storage.
Okay. That's all right.
I see boots for some reason.
Okay. And what do they look like? Describe the boots.
They're massive and they're like almost like foamy looking, like huge. Maybe they're for
How do you get them on?
slip them over your feet.
Okay. And they stretch or something?
Well, they're huge,
Okay.
but I'm thinking that maybe they're for relaxation or pleasure or to fix something. Maybe they get things on their feet.
Okay. And you said what color was it?
The boots are black.
Okay. All right. Is there any kind of ornamentation or anything on these boots?
No, they just look like big black boots.
Okay. Is there anything about this quarters that you're in here that you'd like to describe before we move on?
Just that it's very Spartan. It's just very antiseptic.
Okay. Do you feel like that's pretty much normal for these kind of quarters?
I think it's normal for these people.
Okay. All right. Let's leave that and move to where you have landed for your mission. And now you're on your mission. Tell me about that.
I don't even think we land.
Really? What happens?
I think we just start blasting. It's almost like an annihilation.
Do you have any idea what it is you're attacking?
The enemy?
Do you know who your enemy is?
I don't know.
Okay. So what is your part in this annihilation where you don't even land? What are you doing?
I'm at the controls.
And what are you doing?
taking part in running the ship.
And what part do you run?
Let's say guidance.
So tell me about the controls that you're looking at right now as you're doing your job as guidance. What are you doing?
It's almost like a holographic screen. That you move aiming points to triangulate maybe
Okay.
the ordnance.
And what is it exactly that you're aiming? What are you going to shoot?
Cities.
Can you see the cities on your screen?
Yes.
Tell me about what do they look like?
Ooh, it's hard to describe. It's not Earth, but it's buildings that kind of look like Japanese pagodas, but they're futuristic. Or
Can you see people running from them?
no.
Okay. And what is it you're shooting at these cities?
Energy beams, and like space debris that or space rocks that you hurl with tractor beams or something.
Okay. That follows, yeah. Okay. So how long does this annihilation take?
It's quick.
Is there any resistance?
No.
And is there only one ship, or do you have more than one ship?
Not too many more than one.
Okay. And do you do this to the entire planet?
No. Just parts in. Because you're doing it to not destroy the whole planet, just stop its growth.
And why would you do that?
Hate.
Okay. Is there a reason for you to hate the entities on this planet?
I'm feeling it's just hate.
Okay. And this planet had no defenses at all?
No.
Okay. All right, so the mission ends. You've destroyed what you needed to destroy, what happens next?
We leave.
You what?
We leave.
Oh. Nobody even goes down to the planet?
I didn't know.
Okay. Did anybody?
I'm not even feeling that.
Okay. All right, so when you leave, where do you go?
Back home.
Okay. And when you get back home, is there some sort of ceremony or something?
No.
Okay. What happens when you get home?
It's back to the same old.
Okay. Let's do this. I want you to go to where one of these farms are that you talked about, where you grow your food. Now you're there. Tell me about these farms.
It's just a farm like a meat farm for us.
Okay. But describe what you see. What do you see?
I see beings. But they kind of look human, but they're dirty and it's just.
And where are they being kept?
Giant, what is it? Building stalls and
So are they allowed to walk around freely?
no.
Okay. And can you describe what one of them looks like?
Two arms, two legs, but they kind of look human, but
How many fingers on their hands?
I want to say 6.
Okay. And their face? What does their face look like?
Their head is sloped, and their eyes are set back a little bit, and their nose is pointy, and they don't really have lips, but they have a mouth.
Okay. Does this feel like a species indigenous to your planet?
No.
Okay, so did you acquire these from somewhere and now you're cultivating them, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they're in chains and they torture.
Why did they do that?
They want to inflict pain.
Why would they want to do that?
they hate them.
Is there any reason to hate them?
They hate, just they hate.
Okay. All right. Let's move away from that scene and move to an important time where something important in that life is happening to you. Is happening. And now you're there. Tell me about it.
We're on the ship. And we get ambushed. Many ships. Fire. And destroy our ship.
Oh, these ships that attacked you, what did they look like?
Cigar-shaped, but fatter toward the end.
Okay.
And some a little more triangular and smaller.
Okay.
But there's a lot of them.
So how long did this battle go on?
It was an ambush.
Oh, okay. So did your ship get the fire back?
No.
Okay. And where were you headed when this ambush happened?
Just patrol or stillness.
Okay.
Or we were on surveillance. I feel like we're sitting dead in the water.
Okay. Is this after the ambush?
No, this was before.
Oh.
We were sitting, surveilling something. And
were you around a planet or something, or just out in space?
I think we were surveilling a planet, but not close by it. No.
Okay. All right. And then you got ambushed?
And that was it.
Is that where you die?
That's where everyone died.
Okay. All right. Now, this last lifetime you took him to was very interesting. Why did you show him that lifetime?
To see what he's up against.
What do you mean by that?
These are the forces that are controlling humans' destiny.
The reptile beings?
Yes.
Okay. The exact same ones?
Yes.
Okay. And he was incarnated as one of them?
Yes.
And then he chose to come here to Earth?
Yes.
Okay. So these reptiles, how are they controlling this planet?
They're fourth and fifth dimension.
Okay.
And they were here in the time of the dinosaur. So they think that this planet is theirs. And they control all the power structures because they've aligned themselves with evil. And the humans that worship evil and that are committed to evil are the ones that allow themselves to be vehicles for these beings.
And when you say vehicles for these beings, in what way do you mean that?
They allow themselves to be taken over, and some of these beings shapeshift.
Okay.
And so they pose as humans.
So when a human allows itself to be taken over, what happens to the human consciousness as it's replaced by this other consciousness? Where does it go?
It takes a back seat.
Okay.
The other consciousness walks in.
And how does that change the structure of the physical body?
It doesn't.
Okay. In that lifetime as that reptile, at the end you were ambushed by another force. Who were those other forces?
They were the forces of light. The people that are of the good.
Okay. And are they over there still doing this, fighting that war with those reptiles?
We all are.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, from your perspective, tell us about this war. What's happening? Where are we right now?
From my perspective, the cycles of time are all coming to an end, and the human being is the key to ending all of this, ending the entire evil structure, because the human being has DNA of so many species of the galaxy. That is, the human being ascends and raises the consciousness. It completes the karmic cycle and it ends it all.
So, you're talking about the ending of polarity? The fighting?
The fighting, the wars, everything.
Okay. And from your perspective, when will this occur?
We're here now, so I can't say when, but the fight is on now for sure.
Okay.
It's going down now.
And is the fighting occurring on the planet?
The fighting occurs with people raising their consciousness and embracing service to others, love, good.
Is there any physical conflict occurring on or in the planet at this time?
I'm pretty sure there is.
Okay.
But I'm not part of it.
Okay.